The narcissist is never going to change. Continue to keep your foot on their neck. Now, for some of you who this video is for, when we're talking about narcissists, people who just deal with narcissists casually, the boss, even though that can be frustrating, it's a completely different story when you live with a narcissist. When the narcissist is your parent, when it's your mother, when it's your father, perhaps when it's your sibling. It's a little bit different when you're dealing with a narcissist that's your husband or your wife or your ex-husband or wife or baby daddy or baby mama or whatever. Let me tell y'all something. For whoever this is for, understand that a narcissist never change. They never change. Okay? They are lacking a part of the brain that most other people have access to. Okay? I'm gonna break down psychology very simple. That emotional aspect, those aspects of the brain that allow other people to feel, that allow other people to have empathy, that allow other people to feel certain emotions, love, things of that nature, they don't have that. So when you're talking about dealing with narcissists, you're talking about people who are literally mentally incapacitated. And I don't say this to be funny or anything like that. I just really mean that for those of you who are dealing with narcissists, and one of the reasons I'm having this conversation is because I have a narcissist in my life that pretty much is always going to be there until death do us part. I'll never speak about who the narcissist is because it's irrelevant, and I'll never put people out of my personal life to be attacked. You see what I'm saying? And why is this? Because I don't need that. You feel me? Like, I deals with things the way I deals with things. Narcissists run nothing around here. Okay? But I said that to say, for some of y'all that are dealing with this, I feel you, and I understand how frustrating it can be, especially for a lot of you chosen ones. You deal with this in your family. You have the narcissist in positions that you can't dodge, right? So sometimes, especially as you're healing, especially as you're doing certain things, as you're transforming and you're evolving, now people like you, people who have that mental ability, are able to change, are able to evolve. Another thing I want to say is that many of you who are watching this, let me tell you a telltale sign that you're not a narcissist, but you probably were raised by one, or at least programmed by one, or had a significant scenario with a narcissist in your life. Most of you have probably at one point in your life wondered, like, am I the narcissist? While you were on your trek to realizing things about these narcissistic people. If you're asking that question, 999 times out of 1,000, you're not. Because that's something a narcissist will never do. One thing you'll also realize when you're dealing with narcissists is they'll never even talk to you about other narcissists. They're not going to have those conversations. They'll talk about everybody else in the book. Could be a whole psychologist, but they're going to skip the chapter about narcissism. This is a fact. So with that being said, I know how frustrating it can be to be in life, because you're growing, you're evolving. You believe in God. You know God can transform and do these things that you've experienced in yourself, but you got to understand that's not going to be the case for the narcissist. It's just not. The best thing that a narcissist can do is admit that they're a narcissist and have a counselor on standby that can teach them how to respond to other people in situations like a normal person. That's the only thing a narcissist can do. And then they could probably learn how to pretend to be normal, but they're still not going to have that connect in their brain that other people that suffer from narcissists have. Okay? So I said that to say, for those of you, because I feel like this is very important for somebody, don't give the narcissist any breathing room. Because one thing about a narcissist, and like I said, I have complete firsthand experience. I feel like I could get out of here and be a whole true narcissistic life coach mentor if I wanted to be, but I don't really care for narcissists. That's why I don't like to talk about that much on this channel. I'm not going to have this being a channel of narcissists. We talk about them a little bit, we on to the next. They're not that important around here on Pretty Boss TV. But I said that to say, dealing with the narcissism that I've dealt with for years, in my own personal life, something I dealt with from childhood, a narcissist character in my life that's been very significant. What I will say is, what the narcissist is to understand is they move, and they're like chameleons. I don't even want to say that they're like snakes, because I don't even want to like down talk these people. They're missing a piece. It's just like if you go, you know how when you're in school, like I don't even want to compare it to that, because it's not even comparable. Like a person being born with certain deficiencies, like I always worked growing up, and even still now, with people who are in special education and things of that nature, and some are more critical than others. I work with people who are severely disabled, but I'm like, man, those are like my favorite people on the planet. So it's like, I don't even like to be able to, when I'm talking about the mental disconnect, I don't even feel like it's a fair comparison, because what you're talking about with a narcissist is something else. Okay, it's demented, and if we're gonna get into demonology here, we can call it demonic. Okay, narcissists are just easily captivated and taken over by demonic energy, right? So I said that to say, understand that when you're dealing with these people, you'll get, especially when a narcissist starts to see that you're picking up on their game. Once you start reading the narcissist, and you're calling them out before they can even do what they're trying to do, once you start using the narcissist tactics on them, once their gaslighting no longer works, what they'll start to do is they'll start to change their approach. So the innocent you, who's being, who's really transformed and growing in life, none of us are perfect either. So, we look at ourselves like, well, I've been able to change. I wasn't always this person. I've made progress. Anybody else can too. And where people make the mistake is when they put that on that narcissist. That narcissist isn't going to change. The narcissist is going to adapt their behavior so that they can get their grips back on you. They want to get their grips on your mind, on your emotions. They want to have that hold. And if a narcissist sees that you're wisening up, their dumb tactics are no longer working on you, you're seeing through them, you've been on YouTube Academy, you know all about them, then what they start to do is they try to change their tactic, and that'll make you feel like, oh my God, this person is changing, there is hope. It's not. I'm just going to tell y'all from personal experience, because I grappled with this even in my own personal life for years. Like, even though I knew, you think in your personal life, well, this is my such and such. This is my such. Maybe it is. No. Keep your foot on their neck. Okay. And what I mean by keeping your foot on their neck is, when you know that you have a narcissist in your life, never treat them the way that you would treat a normal person. Never. Don't have the same expectations that you have for normal people for the narcissist. This is where you make your first main mistake. This is the main tragic error. Like, no. Have your expectations for normal functioning people over here, and have your expectations for the narcissist over here. Don't take the narcissist serious. And as a matter of fact, when you're dealing with narcissists, if you have to deal with them, only use them to your benefit in ways that it benefits you. That's what narcissists do. And I know this might sound harsh, but it's like, no, we got to be realistic around here. One thing I'm tired of is seeing chosen ones get tore up around the world. Good people who get beat down so bad by the demons on earth that it starts to try to turn them and start to try to change them. And we were not sent here to be changed. We're sent here to be that light. We have to have our heart kept. Guard your heart with all vigilance, for from it flows the springs of life. Proverbs 4:23. So I saw how I got tore up many days of my life by these demons out here in these streets. You hear me? Early in my years, nothing happened to me except I got tore up by these demonic folks out here. But guess what? But God, right? And so I now, in this point in my life, I have the hindsight, like, look, all that, I'm happy. Send them again, because I am who I am today. But it's a beautiful thing that I am who I am today, because it puts me in a position to at least be able to help in any way that I can others, at least potentially avoid certain traumas and headaches and heartaches that I went through my entire life, believing the wrong things, having a lack of understanding. Don't judge a narcissist according to yourself or to another normal person. They're never going to change. When you deal with them according to tactics. When you think about the narcissist in your life, and you have to deal with them. And I know for some of y'all that might be like, man, I'm so tired of playing games. I just want to be. No, get used to it. Life is a game. Life is a game. I was the same way. I'm one of the realest people. Anybody who know me, you'll never meet a person who know me in real life. They might say anything about me, but one thing that I never heard nobody say is I was fake. One of the realest. That's matter of fact, that's one of the things that people will say that know me, like, you real. I had people used to tell me back in the day, like, you mean, you real. I know y'all was like, Pretty Boss isn't mean. Not anymore. No, I'm just kidding. No, I am who I am. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, I'm much more kind than I was when I was in high school. Okay. That, what do they call it? RBF never left me when I was an adolescent and a teenager. But it's different. You grow and you evolve. But I said that to say, not to digress. Keep your foot on them people's necks, man. They're not going to change. Allow them to be a game for you. Instead, because that's how the narcissists, they don't see the world in terms of like nothing. When you're dealing with a narcissist, you're dealing with somebody who's probably stuck in a 5-year-old brain. I don't care how much they know, how many book smarts. You'll see that a lot of narcissists actually seem to be well off. A lot of them might seem to be affluent or might seem to be very well versed or educated. That's all part of the persona. You hear what I'm saying? That's why narcissists get away with a lot of things, because the people that don't know them meet them like, oh, but they're so smart, they're so kind, they're so this. But only the people who live with them know what time it is. Only the people that have to be around them for an extended period of time know what time it is, okay? So when you're dealing with them, just understand, I'm sorry to say, even if it's your mother, I know it's like, oh, I never have the mother I want, I never have the father. I totally understand. It's cool. You're not meant to. God is our mother and our daughter and our father and all that. And we have soul tribes that we're coming in contact with. Like, there's many people in the world, family. I promise you, anything that you didn't get to experience, whatever love that you didn't get to experience growing up, especially for those of you who were raised by narcissists or had certain environments like that, all of that could be replaced easily, and it will be replaced. But again, we got to make space. We can't allow the people that have hurt us to continue to hurt us in life because we haven't learned how to adjust. Even in the case of this, like I said, and we're going to start talking about games a lot on Pretty Boss TV, because the whole way that I've been able to come to the other side of life, especially when you're chosen. Y'all know what time it is. If any of y'all haven't heard the 828 podcast, listen to it. It's on YouTube. Like, that's the journey of a chosen one. So for those of you, y'all know what time it is. Like, y'all know what we have been through. Y'all know that we go through the ringer. We've been through many different things. But the thing that has made me been able to prevail in life is when I started to see, like, you know what? All of this is a game. All of it is a game. And what they say, don't hate the player, hate the game. I didn't choose this game. I didn't create it. Did you? But one thing I know about games is I like to win. When I do play games, I play games to win. So I started to see, and I still do, it's starting to permeate into other aspects of life, even this finances. Shouts out to everybody who has signed up for Money Manifestation Mastery Bootcamp, baby. We in here March. You hear me? 30-day intensive for those who ready to make their first 1K online. We really do this around here. All of that's on prettybosstv.com. With that being said, you gotta understand how to make things a game. You got to, okay? Even for finances, even with business, like the way that I have gamified money and finances in my life completely changed my finances. Because see, people are too caught up into certain things. People get caught up emotionally and stuff. People are caught up emotionally with money. Most people have bad connotations with money. Either lack of it being there. People see other people with money that has distasteful attitudes or dispositions. Look at all of these people in the White House right now, the guy that the idiots voted for and his cronies. So it's like, you see people that a lot of times what we've seen with people who have certain amounts of wealth, we don't see good behavior, right? So then there's all of these bad connotations and things of that nature that gets wrapped up into the finances. But when you take all of these things out the game and realize this is a matrix, baby, none of this stuff is real, and you see things as a game and you realize it is a game, then you can get your points up real quick. Then you can change things differently, right? When you think about when you're playing Grand Theft Auto, this is even how it is for me with finances. Tip for some of y'all out there. Like, let's say you're on Grand Theft Auto. You ever doing good? It's like, man, I got all my weapons. I haven't played it in years, by the way, decades, but I'm just saying, you got all your weapons, you got all of these other things, you got money, you got your house, and you ever get into a mission where it's like, it might have drained your finances, it might have drained your guns, everything, you don't got nothing, but then you restart and you get it back up. It's like, okay, boom, I gotta go get but you're not over here like, oh my God, I'm gonna be out. Like, you just tap into game mode and you figure out how to get your resources back up. That's literally how I deal with anything, like especially these physical things and especially finances. You know, money, it's like a game. Think about money as points. Okay. But anyways, I said that to say this is what you want to do, especially too when you're talking about dealing with people, and especially when you're talking about dealing with narcissists. Don't ever let a narcissist get your energy. Don't ever make them raise your voice. The best thing that you can do with a narcissist is just don't really give them any energy. Like, even if you're talking to one, like let's say you're on the phone and you're talking to them, just don't be really involved in that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's no reason to get emotionally or mentally invested with somebody that doesn't have the mental capacity. Like, really think about it, right? Because then what does that say about us? What does it say about us when we do the same thing and expect different results? Like, we already know the narcissist is missing a little bit of crayons in the crayon box. So why would we deal with them like we deal with normal people? Why wouldn't we just deal with them like they're missing crayons? Okay, so continue to do what you're doing. My best advice to dealing with narcissists is just use their tactics on them. They gaslight you, gaslight them back. Simple. I love y'all so much. Okay, I had to come check it with y'all tonight. Family, we not doing narcissists in 2025. We taking over 2025, but it's done for narcissists worldwide. Even those at the very, very top, they're going to see a very nice public demise very soon, because there's a new silent majority rising, and there's real leaders out here doing things that people have no idea that's happening behind the scenes. I love you all so much. Stay blessed. If you want any information about anything that I do or any helpful resources to level up your life, you can find them all on prettybosstv.com, baby. And you can follow me on I am Kendra Justine on Instagram. Talk to y'all soon, y'all willing. Peace.